Ladies and gentlemen, on my left, in the red corner, Kane Stewart! And on my right, in the blue corner, Martin Stead!
So here we go with bout number 2. Lee Haskins, British Super Bantamweight Champion, still with me. A Bantamweight Champion. I said Super, I built you up.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Bantamweight.
Yeah.
Get it right. So Lee Haskins, the British Bantamweight Champion, is with me. And this is an intriguing fight, Lee, because Martin Stead in the blue corner is 3 times ABA Champion, Boxer of the Army, classy fighter. In his, I think he's just about 30. And against Kane Stewart from Paddy Johns, who's just 20. So how do you approach that as a youngster against such an experienced boxer?
I'm not too sure, but he just got to get his head down and just get to work on what he's worked on. I can see that the blue corner being very experienced and being a very good fighter.
Yep. So Martin Stead, he's got all the knowledge you could wish. Of course, made his career as an amateur while he's in the services. Probably, I suppose, if he'd chosen to go another way, might have been a good pro. But he's had a great career as an amateur. Still got a great career as an amateur. And Kane Stewart has got his work cut out certainly to pick him off in this one. But the 20-year-old from Bristol is keen to pick him off, and he's making a good impression.
He is, yeah, he's doing well. He looks very strong, the other guy, to be fair, in the red corner.
So,
I see they're not using head guards in this one either as well.
No, the rules have changed, haven't they? So well, I'm not. To be fair, I'm not absolutely certain what the criteria is now. But certainly, if you choose in the senior contest not to wear head guards, you don't have to.
Yeah, which I wish that was around in my day when I was amateur. I would have loved to have boxed amateur without the head guards.
Yeah, there's such a debate about it, but of course now under the new rule changes, it does at least make the boxers look slightly, less remote, doesn't it? Because you can see their faces.
That's right, yes, and obviously I think they can see a lot more, obviously, with their head guards on, and they didn't get too hot in there.
Yeah. The debate has obviously raged before when head guards were introduced, that it was for protection. But as you say, if it does obscure your vision a little bit, it can make you more vulnerable, can't it?
That's right, which I've always found it does. Even in sparring today, I always find it harder to see with the head guards on. But obviously, I think for the younger guys is it's definitely a must. They should have it in the younger guys,
Yeah. Well, that's a good right hand from Kane Stewart. Caught Martin Stead. The youngster's doing pretty well here.
He is doing well, to be fair. I thought he was going to get picked off, but he looks very strong and very sharp.
Of course, southpaw style is always tricky.
One of the best styles to have.
I think you should have points docked for being a southpaw myself, but no, actually, I'm sort of left-handed myself. But anyway, Kane Stewart now taking a couple of body shots going downstairs there by Martin Stead, who's a Lance Corporal, I believe. And there's good exchanges between the two of them. Comes from Darlington, Martin Stead, so a long way from home.
He looks like a very hard puncher.
Yeah, so good contest here. And certainly Kane Stewart is bridging the gap. Got Andy O'Kane, experienced trainer, in his corner, giving him plenty of advice from the Paddy Johns club. And Kane Stewart, again, backing Stead up a little bit and getting a good right-hand body shot in there and unloading a right as well. So tidy stuff from him.
Yeah, he's opened up. Let's see if he could do that in round 2. I think he might be able to pull this fight out.
Yeah, well, maybe the experience of Stead might... see out one over the longer distance.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Should be a good. It looks like it's going to be a great fight, to be fair.
3 3-minute rounds, I think this one. I think it is. Stead's in his. I think he's about his late 20s anyway, early 30s.
All right. He looks a lot younger, doesn't he? Looks fresh, sharp.
Yep, and say very, very, very experienced. Kane Stewart has 52 bouts, so he's not a total novice.
No, he knows his game. He look like I said. I thought it was going to be a one-sided fight, but he looks like he's on his own there very well.
And I've been doing my research and talking to Kane earlier. He's by profession he's a chef. He specialises in desserts, which I suggested to him is not the best thing for a boxer who's trying to keep his weight down.
The worst thing. I'm on a diet now, and they just brought cheesecake out and I had to pass it on. It was devastating because I am hungry as well.
Yeah, so you've got a fight coming up, haven't you, shortly on the...
4 weeks' time. 4 weeks' time in the City Academy. So
on the James de Gale undercard, yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight on Channel 5.
Yeah. Okay, so Lee Haskins is with us here in the commentary position, and it's Kane Stewart in the white vest and black shorts with a green trim against the very experienced Martin Stead from the Army. And Kane Stewart is really going for it here and having some success too.
He's doing really well. He looks like a come forward fighter, very strong, good on his feet, and he looks like he packs a good punch too.
Yeah, caught there by a good jab from Stead, but certainly not a one-way traffic by any means here. If anything, it's Stewart, the younger boxer, who's having the best of it, and he's landed some body shots, got one through, a left through the guard as well as Stead. Stead, good counter puncher though, comes back as you would expect him to, but Stewart is really going for it. He's decided clearly at the start of this, there's no point in me just being in there as a mate weight. I'm going to see what I can do. Yeah,
that's right. He's obviously gone back after the round one, and his corner have told him, get out there and stick it to him. Yeah. And that's what he's doing.
Because he had some success in the first round, and maybe that's just given him even more self-belief.
Yeah, that's right. And I think he might just be in the lead.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you there, Lee. So, well, I would never disagree with you anyway. But Kane Stewart there, taking a couple of body shots. And there he's got him. So there we are. Experience.
Experience is counted, and he's showed his class there.
Yeah. So is he going to make it up? He's up and gamely carrying on, but just maybe got carried away with himself, perhaps, and just lost concentration.
Just left himself open, I think, didn't he? He's getting too carried away, throwing too much punch. I think he might have tired himself out a little bit.
Yeah, and now Stead, you would think, won't let him get away from this. He's just going to keep the pressure on, is what he's doing. He trapped him up against the ropes. Stewart needs to get away, and those body shots coming in. Got to keep those elbows tucked in, Lee.
That's it, keep them elbows tucked in, keep moving, and don't let him get another clean one there, because it takes a little while to recover from them.
Yeah, it certainly will. So Stewart standing up there in the centre of the ring, trading still with Stead, but Stead knows he's perhaps chalked up one for the older but great effort there by Stewart. And he's really laying it on now, and Stead trapped in the corner. This is great stuff, yeah, great stuff.
Great fight, wicked fight. You'd look at something like this in professional.
Yeah. So this could be, dare I say, almost career defining for Kane Stewart. He's going to give himself so much confidence that not only what he did before, but coming back from the body shot and putting up what he's doing now. That's just terrific effort.
It was, yeah, it was great performance, and he was hurt. The other guy was hurt from that shot.
Yeah. So coming towards the end of the round, and Stewart is right back in it again, having taken that count from the body shot. But then Stead is going to use that area to target again, and he'll fancy that he'll get another chance, won't he?
Yeah, that's it. Well, what can you say? That was a great round. I think he obviously has got to go to the blue corner now for putting him down. So it wasn't one-sided, was it?
No. So all to play for, really. It was fantastic effort, and Martin Stead choosing to stand in his corner. Kane Stewart sat down. Where are you in the debate of standing or sitting in between rounds?
Well, standing in the corner is not for me. I would, I'd like to sit down, get my breath back, get a good speaking to from the trainer and manager. I think the best thing, they should let their legs rest for a couple of seconds and be fresh, get back up.
It's all about lactic acid, isn't it, and getting it out of your legs, so I'm not sure. Yeah, standing up, is that meant to drain it or not?
We do a lot of that in sparring. Obviously, we stand up, we don't sit down in sparring, but your legs always feel heavier still going into the next round when you don't get that sit down, I believe, personally.
Yeah, well, it's everybody takes their choice, and now here we go, round number 3, final round of this contest, and Kane Stewart starting, as he has both the previous rounds, on the attack against the vastly experienced boxer from the Army, Martin Stead. And Stewart looking to land some power shots there. He clearly thinks that's his best way. That if he can weaken Stead, then Stead perhaps will lay off him a bit.
That's right, yeah. I think he needs it. He knows he needs this round now. I think he won the first. He really needs this round.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the judges see it, because sometimes in all sports where you have judges, Lee, sometimes it's almost subconscious tendency that people only see the experienced boxer, the one they know.
Yeah, that's right. It never always goes the way you think it's going to go sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, but I just think.
Oh, great shot!
Both of them put a great show on.
I have to say, I'm absolutely gobsmacked by this bout. When I saw the matchup originally, I thought, well, that's going to be a bit one-sided. How wrong can I be?
Yeah, to be fair, I did think that as well, but it definitely ain't.
Yeah, it definitely isn't. Actions speak louder than words.
He's dropping his hands a lot. The red corner. Got to be careful we don't get clipped.
I think he's tiring now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he looks a little bit.
So Lee Haskins alongside me here in the commentary box. It's a privilege to be here for this one. It really is. And now Stewart. Well, 3 or 4 unanswered punches there, going upstairs and downstairs. Stead coming back though and clipping him with a right hand. I should imagine Stead's probably a bit shocked as well at the ferocity of his opponent.
Yeah, definitely. How he keeps coming in front of him. He's constantly in his face at the moment.
And subconsciously, when he dropped him in the second round with that body shot, he must have thought, well, I've done for him now. But boy, he was wrong. And Stewart just getting told off for wrestling with his man, but back into the thick of the action, and they're both going for it. And really, I think either of them could win it from this point.
Yeah, I think, you know, if I was a judge, I'd probably, you know, as long as it ends fair, I think you'd have to give it maybe a draw.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll wait and see what happens. That certainly might happen in the pro game, less likely in the amateurs, of course. But let's see what happens. Stewart still on the attack, proudly with his name Kane on the waistband of his shorts. What an effort. And rightly, I would think they'll get a standing ovation at the end of this one as Stewart comes forward again. Value for money, lands a good right hand again, and Stead just stuttering a little bit there, but comes back again. He's dropped his guard as well. They're both very, very tired. They put so much into this. Probably as much effort in these 3 rounds as a lot of pro fights, maybe over 6.
Yeah, if it's me, over 12.
Yeah. And great effort, but there is it. And Lee Haskins alongside me applauds, as does everyone in the room, and they are standing up because that was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic reaction from the crowd here, and Stead down on the in his corner, breathing deeply. Kane Stewart as well. Magnificent effort by both boys, and I'm amazed to say that at the end of that, I'm in total shock, and I've not a clue who the judge is going to give it to. And I really genuinely wouldn't argue if they gave it to Kane Stewart, and
that's right. Yeah, I don't think I would either. But I think, yeah, it's either Kane Stewart's going to get it or it's going to be a draw, I would say.
Well, we'll see if Lee Haskins is as good a predictor as he is a boxer. So let's wait for the judges and see when the scores are in.
This fight on a way of a judge's split decision. So that fight goes to, and in the red corner, Kane Stewart!
Kane Stewart's got it. Well. What a win.
A round of applause for Halls Electricals, Steve Hall, who sponsors this fight. And a big round of applause for Dean Edwards, presenting the award.
Well, that was amazing. Kane Stewart wins. He tells me he'd had 52 bouts, but the 53rd must have been the bout of his career, Lee.
I think it was, yeah. It was a great performance. You know, he's got something to be really proud of there.
Yeah. The name to look out for, Kane Stewart. Well done.